Hi. So very recently, I happened to watch the movie, The Red One. This is from the actor Wayne Johnson. I like this actor very much because he is an action hero and also he brings a lot of sci-fi things together. So here are the five lessons which I have learned from this movie, The Red One. Of course, this movie is about Christmas, about Santa Claus and how Santa Claus goes ahead and gives the gifts to every child who makes a wishes in the Christmas. That's what we know, right? Now, very fascinating thing about this movie is that they have also shown that how there's a lot of people works in the department, and then how Santa Claus works through the entire year and keep receiving the understanding about who is asking for what kind of gifts, and then gives the gifts. Okay, so I would like to go ahead and share five lessons that I have got to learn from this movie. I'm sure you will definitely also resonate with the lessons and integrate these lessons in your life. The first thing is that it is very, very important that you keep building up your strength. So, in that movie, there was a scene when the Santa Claus was shown that he is lifting up a lot of weights, right? Day on a day-to-day basis. So, building up strength means to keep doing what you think is right and to keep up building up your own space, your physical space, your mental space, your emotional space, your spiritual space. You have to keep strengthening yourself. The more you will keep strengthening yourself, the better you will become. The more you will become resilient, the more you will focus on becoming better in your journey and not giving up. You will be finding yourself more stronger on a day-to-day journey. Second is, even though keep your so second is keep yourself prepared every day from time to time. So you don't know what is going to come. You don't know when you have to go ahead and do things, right? But that does not mean that you will practice today or you will not practice now. So what is very important is that at times we don't go ahead and see the opportunities immediately. We don't know what is going to unfold in the future, but that does not mean that we should stop doing what we are doing, or we should not go ahead and feel demotivated that something is not working out. We have to keep looking out for what exactly we can do, what is going to work, and keep building up more on a day-to-day basis, because we don't know what is going to show up. For example, in this movie, it was shown that Santa Claus actually goes to people only on one day, but for the Santa Claus to go to people for one day and to give them the gift, the Santa Claus keep receiving the understanding of who is asking for gifts, what gifts that person has to go ahead and receive, and Santa Claus keeps packing up the gifts also before that, so that on the day of the Christmas, he will be able to go ahead and give that gift. That is so beautiful, isn't it? Imagine, I mean, people have this concept of Santa Claus comes and giving the gift, but nobody has thought that Santa Claus also had to go ahead and keep working in the back end to make sure that everybody receives the gifts. So that is what something which I really, really liked and learned. Third is that we need to go ahead and ask for help from people. Even though we know a lot of things, but there are a lot of things more than that we don't know. And there is no harm in asking for help. It is very, very important that we ask for a help from people. We ask for a help when we need it. We ask for help from the family members, from the teams. Because when you go ahead and do any kind of work, you cannot do alone ever. You need somebody to go ahead and help you. And in this movie, it was shown that there's a lot of people in the back end who are doing all the mechanical work, and there's also a protector who is making sure that Santa Claus is protected and he is able to go ahead and give the gifts on time. So there's a lot of things which is happening in the environment for us, and we have to realize that we have to go ahead and take the help. We have to acknowledge the people who are helping us in this journey, and thus we will keep building up a better relationships with each other. So it is also important that at times when you feel stuck and you don't know if you should ask for a help or not, please go ahead and ask for help, because we all need each other's help. Third thing is, even though there are going to be people who will be operating from the space of anger, hatred, or jealousy or revenge, but you choose to operate from the space of love. So how it happens is, in this movie there are people who doesn't like those kids or those children who are very naughty, and they have, let's say, done something, whether they have lied or they have done some kind of work which may be considered wrong, but they wanted to go ahead and so there are a set of people who were against Santa Claus because they wanted to go ahead and punish those children or those kids who were actually going through any kind of who were doing any kind of mischiefs. But Santa Claus was very against it. He did not wanted to go ahead and punish because he always chose love. He always wanted to go ahead and give them the opportunity so that they can become better. And that was the conflict in the entire movie, that there was a good people and there were people who did not who were not so good, and they were not ready to accept the concept of Santa Claus, that we should give them opportunity. And that is all the movie was about. But it was the lesson which I had learned, that even though there will be people who will not do good things, there will be people who will not go ahead and listen to you, or maybe not do the things the way you want them to do. But it is also important to give them the opportunity to go ahead and keep operating from the space of love. And the fifth important thing is, which I have learned in this movie, is that we all have choices. The good and the bad comes with the choices. What choice we will make on a day-to-day basis, every single second, that decides what kind of journey we are embarking on. So my humble request to you is that if you are in any space where you think you're not in alignment with who you are, you're not doing what you should be doing, take the step to listen to what you have to do, to go ahead and task for a help and choose the right thing for yourself. If you are going through any of the difficulties in your journey of life, whether it is related to your professions or you're related to any areas of your life, and you're feeling stuck, you don't know whether you should go ahead and ask for help or not, I would recommend that you seek out a help. If you think a coach like me, I'm a spiritual healer and life coach. If you think like a coach like me can go ahead and help you, then definitely reach out. I would definitely love to have a one-to-one session with you and see how can we go ahead and work together. I would love to go ahead and hear what are your takeaways from this entire learnings that I've shared with you. Also, if you can go ahead and read more about my learnings in the post which I have shared. I have a thread at Substack. Sandeep Mukherjee is my name. You can go ahead and search there. You can read it. You can also you might find a link also here available at below. Click on the link below, read more about it, and definitely share your comments in the post. What did you learn from this video? I would like to go ahead and see your learnings and also grow collectively with you. So with that,